When Ben Grimm was stopping someone who had just killed 5 guys, Ghost Rider suddenly shows up and gives him the penance stare, letting the knowledge of his crimes enact vengeance on him and send him to hell. Ben was frustrated, asking why Johnny would do that before he thought about it for a second and asked him for a ride to get a suit for his date later, cause it was impossible to get a taxi cab at that time of day. However, while trying out some suits, Ben would ask a few questions about that penance stare before suggesting the idea of giving the stare to Galactus himself as a punishment for the trillions he killed. Johnny was initially confused, asking how he would even get to space, but after a second thought, we see him a few days later leeching onto a rocket, where he eventually faced Galactus, grew himself to his size, and then delivered the stare, only for it not to work at all, as the Watcher then shows up explaining that the stare won't work on Galactus since he doesn't feel any guilt or remorse over his actions because feeding on planets is completely natural for him. He then begins yapping about the meaning of life and how feeding on those planets will lead to something better in trillions of years, but Johnny didn't care and still wanted to deal with Galactus, only for the Watcher to send him back to Earth, where he just gives up and joins Ben and Alicia's date for a coffee.